All right, clap it up, clap it up. Stay set. First of all, if you have a parent anywhere in the room, turn and face your parent and bow to show respect. And face the front and bow to show respect. And face some other sensei that are and masters and everybody all around you and bow to show respect. And stand forward again. First student creed, ready, go.
I will develop myself in a positive manner and avoid anything that can reduce my mental growth or physical health.
Second student creed, ready, go.
I will develop self-discipline in order to bring out the best in myself and others.
Third student creed, ready, go.
I will use common sense for self-defense and never be abusive or offensive. Sir, this is our Black Belt School. We're motivated, we're dedicated, on the quest to be our best.
All right, clap it up, clap it up. And not exactly lock it up, but have a seat. Hey, first of all, welcome and congratulations for being here. Give yourself a big hand. And to get a little specific, when I call your name, say, here, sir, and stand up. Katie Garlock. Nico Gust. Greg Caparellos. Laura Kay. Matt Kay. Miguel Martinez. Richard Quigley. Lynn Schrader. Eric St. Martin. Tony Valle. And Rosie Teixeira. These are, no, Rosie, this isn't your group, Rosie. I lied. Sit back down. All right. These are, you just happen to be in the group. You're going to be doing something, but these are the adults that are testing to probationary black belt. Give yourself a big hand. And by the way, they'll be giving their speeches first. Okay, you guys can have a seat. Then we have Kensington Garlock, Joaquin Howard, Samantha Kay, Belle Schrader, Harit Shaw, Luke Thompson, Enzo Valle, and Triton Wunderlich. And these are the youth that are going to be testing to probationary black belt. And you guys are giving your speeches next. And sit down. And then we got Jacob Bauman, Luke Bauman, Anaya Betancourt, Justin Semino, Tarun Deep, Lydia Freeman, Tyler Harrison, Tyson Kuhn, Arush Kumar, Elizabeth Lynch, Daniel Venturino. And these are the people that are testing to certified black belt. Give them a hand. And you're giving your speeches after the rest. Have a seat. And first of all, did I miss anybody that's here to test? Did I call you Richard? Okay, good. Okay, good. I called everybody that's testing, right? We didn't miss anybody? Okay, good. Next, something amazing happens around here. Let me get all of the certified black belts, black belt leaders, senior black belts, and masters that are here just to support the people that are testing. Stand up. Look at that. Look at that. Give them a big hand. And Dr. Drew over there. Of course, Miss Ruth is a black belt leader. So much great support. James is here to support. James is what we call a classic probationary black belt. Back when so is Heather. Yeah, James and Heather are from back in the day when the probationary black belts had solid black belts. All right, everybody sit down. I don't know if you realize what a big deal that last piece is. You know, this wasn't part of what my planned talk was, and then I was talking with some friends outside earlier, and we were talking about how powerful this tribe is. And I was telling them, I just heard, and I know there's some people in the room that are actually mental health specialists and stuff, so they can probably support this. I just heard that supposedly the Surgeon General recently said that loneliness is is the current pandemic. And that loneliness, this was the part I heard the speaker, and it was Darren Hardy, so he's a pretty reputable guy, right? He said that the Surgeon General has said that loneliness is about 15 times as dangerous as cigarette smoking. That's crazy. It's the cigarette smoking of our time. And, you know, there are all kinds of people that are living in that place that don't have a tribe of people that support them and empower them and encourage them through whatever. You know, normally when I talk, and it will be the case here with my keynote speech in a second, what we talk about are the individual accomplishments. We talk about the fact of who you're becoming, that we're creating you into confident, competent black belt leaders prepared to survive and thrive in any situation and empowered to lead where you're at and into your future. And all of that is really, really true. But next only to those things, I would say the power of the tribe that you belong to is one of the amazing, amazing values of where you're at and what you're doing. Furthermore, I'd say that the cool thing is that the tribe informs and is part of that education process, right? It's part of that process that turns you into a confident, competent black belt leader. You know, my teacher, Yanilov, said, you get wisdom from your teacher, but you get experience from your partner. And he was talking about Krav Maga. He was just talking about the physical part. But I think here, it's so much more than even just that, right? You know that we're a leadership development academy that also happens to teach the most practical self-defense. And like Mr. Wong said when he spoke a second ago, that's the most important part. That's what separates us. So the theme for this camp, what's on your Krav Camp t-shirts, is 100, 100. And I wanted to tell you a little story about how that became the theme. So I was on the way back from Virginia with some members of my team, and I was explaining the kind of the pedagogy, the process of how we develop confident, competent black belt leaders over the years. And I was reminding them, I was coaching them, because of course they knew, that the way we do it is in year one, basic training and freshman students, it's about 70% developing them from the inside. It's all about the development of the focus and respect and discipline, the confidence and gratitude and vision. It's about developing confidence in themselves that they can do it and trust in their instructors that their instructors will help them get there. It's the drawing in process in that first year. And then in year two, it's about 50-50. There's still 50% of that, but then the other 50% is what I failed to tell you was the 30% in the first year, which is the physical part, right? About 30% in the first year is about the curriculum. That's why it's a very simple curriculum, because the other 70% is more important. And then the second year is about 50-50. And then guess what happens in year three? Now it's flipped, right? It's about 30% maintaining the confidence and the vision and the black belt superpowers and all those things. But now it's 70% hard because we got to get ready for this day, for the black belt test. So the physical curriculum, the physical intensity, the physical everything ramps up to prepare the student for the black belt test. But then I made a comment that I hadn't made before. So this idea was born on the trip. I said, and then when they're a black belt, it's got to be 100, 100. In other words, to explain now that I've had more time to think about what I said, what it means is that as you enter this next milestone, rather you're entering that milestone of becoming a probationary black belt or the milestone of becoming a certified black belt, you got to be 100% about who you are as far as your character and integrity and focus and discipline and confidence. It's got to be 100%. And then when you do the other part, the physical part, it's got to be 100% too. You got to be competent at your curriculum, and you got to be giving 100% and training like a black belt. In fact, I put down three ways that you got to be 100 and 100. The first is in the training. So first of all, by the time you're a black belt, even a probationary black belt, right? Because technically probationary black belt is that last year to becoming a certified black belt. What we call, no offense to the probationary black belt, but what we call a real black belt, right? And that is, a year after your probationary black belt. How many of you that are testing for your certified this time realize how much you grew in the last year? From the time you tested for your probationary. Yeah, huge, right? Right? And how many of the black belt leaders, by the way, this wasn't part of the talk either, but how many of the black belt leaders, your second degree black belt, or have been a second degree black belt, realize that you grew more in those last 2 years than you did in the 4 years before it? Right? Yeah. And how many realize that if you stuck around and became a third degree senior black belt, you grew even more? And if you became a master, you grew even more, right? And that's the law of the process. But my point is, even by the time you're a probationary black belt, you're 100% a good student of the personal and professional development in the program, as well as 100% training like a black belt. See, until that time, sensei are telling basic students, you got to train like a black belt, you got to train like a black belt. And we ask them, what does it mean? What does it mean to train like a black belt? Somebody give me one. What does it mean to train like a black belt? Madden, what does it mean to train like a black belt? Training 100%. Give them 2 claps. Joaquin, what else does it mean to train like a black belt? Never give up. Give them 2 claps. Lydia, what else does it mean to train like a black belt? Oh, give her 2 claps. Jordan, what else does it mean to train like a black belt? Do your best. 2 claps. Where is Sensei Ali? What else does it mean to train like a black belt?
Doing everything you can to improve your character development.
Yeah, so like making sure you're working your character development program and all that stuff, so you're developing that side. Give her 2 claps. All the things. And the point is, of course, by the time you're a probationary black belt, you know how to do that. And you know your curriculum, and you know how to train like a black belt. And by the way, let me tell you why that's such an important point I'm making. Because the part of you growing much more in the next year, and the part of you growing much more the next 2 years, that's only true if everything I just said is true. If you didn't learn how to train like a black belt, mentally, emotionally, and physically, at this point, then it's not the same thing. But if that has happened, which is what should have happened, and I'm almost positive has happened, then everything is going to be so much better as you continue on. The second way that it has to be 100 and 100 is in expectation. And when I say expectation, I mean your expectation for yourself and your expectation for others. See, I'm going to give you a silly example. I don't expect to talk to a black belt and them say, yeah. I don't expect to talk to a black belt and they're not looking me in the eyes when they're talking. I don't expect to talk to a black belt. I don't expect to see a black belt quit in a black belt test. The expectation is higher. It has to be higher. It has to be 100. Would you agree? Yes, but it's not just for me. Your expectation of each other should be higher if you look down and you see one of your peers wearing a black belt. And then, this is very, very similar, but it's the goal and the standard. It's almost the same as the expectation, but I'll tell you why I put it as the third thing. Because my point is it's something that never, ever should change. See, what I love is, like Chian Kyle isn't around here much anymore. He's busy, he's worked, he's moved on in life, but he's here at every camp. And do you ever see him act like anything other than a master? See, that thing has to follow you the rest of your life no matter what happens. That's what I mean when I call it the standard and the goal. The standard and the goal. Because those two are almost synonymous, but not. And people, high performers know exactly what I'm saying. We strive to maintain it as a standard all the time. But when we fail, it's got to be the goal. It's got to be that you catch yourself and you go, I have slipped from how I'm supposed to be behaving. And it's got to be 100 and 100. And then here's the last thing I'm going to say about 100 and 100, and then you guys are going to all get to talk. But how many people know what this is? Yeah, say it loud so the Wongs can hear it.
Sign of the warrior.
And how many people know what this is?
Sign of the scholar.
So the idea is, of course, we want to become 100% this, 100% the warrior, so that by the time you're a confident, competent black belt leader, you're also a dangerous man or woman. But you're also training in this, so that by the time you're powerful enough to be dangerous, you're also wise enough not to be. 100% this and 100% that. That's what is a real black belt. So thank you. All right. So what we're going to do here next is Katie Garlock. She's going to take my place. And on deck is going to be Nico Gust. And that's how we're going to do it the whole time. There's going to be one person up here talking, and the other person is going to be with Sean Carolyn. By the way, all my master instructors stand up one more time. Give these guys a big hand. Actually, 2 of them are only here so far, 2. But we do also have the masters from California again. The Wongs are also here to support. And, of course, we got some great senior black belts. Who else besides Sensei Winston? Any other are out here? No, not yet. Sensei Sarah will be here, though. Okay? And then we got the great black belt leaders in the house, too. And I think a lot of you are testing soon. Like Sensei Charlie, you're testing in September for your 3rd degree? All right. All right. So, having said that, I will call up the great Katie Garlock.